Imagine you're shopping for a brand new guitar and you've gone through all the different online dealers, but you finally decided on AMS. Because they have some pretty cool limited edition finishes, and this particular Flying V tribute calls your name. You've fallen in love with this very sleek black pickguard, the uncovered pickups, neck and bridge, and the satin olive drab green color. You add it to your cart, and you complete checkout. But when it arrives to your door and you unbox it, you did not get this guitar. Welcome back, Troglodytes, to your daily dose of guitar information, the Trogly's Guitar Show. Yeah, this is actually a true story, and I wanted to share it because it's just so fascinating. Chris sent me an email today saying he did this exact same thing. He ordered a brand new Flying V tribute in olive drab green from Zounds, which is also AMS. In a roundabout way anyways, they come off of the same inventory pool. Some things are a little bit different, but they are brother-sister companies as far as I understand it. But instead of getting this very unique Flying V in this green color, I mean, even look at the headstock. That makes them special because most Flying Vs have a truss rod cover that's giant that says Gibson, not the mother of pearl logo in the headstock. These things are kind of cool and a pretty decent deal right now at $1,300. Currently out of stock, but more are coming soon. But I know what you're all thinking. What guitar did he get? That guitar was this. This guy must have been very, very confused when he opened this. It's like that one time when I unboxed a 70s Flying V and it had like burst buckers in it or something. It was supposed to be uncovered pickups, but it had covers and it wasn't even the right pickups in general. I know the feeling when you get a guitar and it's not exactly as described from brand new. So this one has a full style pickguard on it and it's kind of like an off-white cream color, which is very different from what he wanted because it covers more of the body, and we have pickup rings on here with zebra bobbined pickups. When he was expecting to have pickup covers and just to be all black. I mean, at least they got the bridge and tailpiece right. But then when he moves on to the headstock, he realizes, yeah, this is just not right at all. It's the regular style Flying V headstock. I don't have a Gibson mother of pearl logo up here. I've got the big truss rod cover. Okay. However, remember, he paid $1,300 for this. So you might be thinking right now, that's blasphemous. How could this company do this to him?
He should return this right this second and write them a nasty email.
Hold on a second. He actually got a fantastic deal for this guitar. Because check this out. This one has fretboard binding, which is just something that makes the guitar cost more and look fancier. The tributes do not actually have that. So Chris sent me these photos in an email to get my opinion on this thing because he thought this was actually going to be a new model released by Gibson, like within their exclusives collection. Which, if you're not familiar with, on Gibson's website, they do their own exclusives collection. Now, normally we've been seeing black guitars, we've been seeing the green ones, but AMS and Zounds, they're known for having limited edition green guitars. They call it olive drab green. It's what they naturally gravitate towards. But we can look here within the original collection, we've got a black Flying V, but we do not have an olive drab Flying V yet. So his theory is that this is meant to be one of those. Typically when Gibson has been doing their exclusives collection and they do the olive drab finish and they have humbuckers, it also has those zebra pickups. So it just makes sense that this would fall within that territory. Now the Les Paul Special didn't get that, but it didn't have humbucker pickups. And I had him send me a photo of the top of the box and some more of the instrument. If you look right over here, just by the way this thing is constructed, I can guarantee you guys this is one of these 70s Flying V models. It's really easy to tell when you have a 70s style one because regular modern day Flying Vs, you see right there, it's just the fretboard that sits on top of the body. Whereas what makes the 70s style unique and honestly I think sounds way better and plays better is the fact that the neck actually sticks up just a little bit more. It's something about the construction of that really makes these things resonate better in my opinion, at least on the vintage originals. I find that these newer model ones also feel and play pretty good too. So that is 100% confirmation right there, and the fact that we have pickup rings on top of a pick guard, which is something you don't actually need. It's just something people did for modifications back in the day. that just sealed the deal that yes, this is a 70s Flying V in, at this point in time, a one-off finish. Now obviously it's probably not going to stay a one-off, because I fully agree with him. This was accidentally shipped to AMS because they got their colors mixed up. You know, Flying V olive drab green versus Flying V olive drab green. So I asked them if they sent it in the original box, because there is some information on that box sticker that can sometimes help us. But here's where things get really, really peculiar. So here's what it looks like. Flying V Tribute Olive Drab Satin. Okay, I can tell you just by looking at this, this is not a satin finish. That is a full-on gloss. So he won big on the neck binding department as well as the finish department. Assuming he likes gloss finishes anyways. And then we've got a serial number here dating it to the 156th day of 2020. Now you gotta remember, that's just when the neck was stamped. It might not have been finished quite yet. I'm sure there might be a month or two delay there. But that's not all that recent. I don't think the exclusives collection was done up yet. Is it possible that they decided not to do these? Because we only first saw this 2 months ago. So that puts that around June. So that's roughly 1 year before that was ever released to the public. Now, I mean, again, it's possible that this was just in like prototype stages. But for this being a new model within the lineup, I don't know. I really think it might just be something that was rejected and accidentally got mislabeled as a tribute, put in this box, shipped off to AMS Zounds. I mean, that shows you guys that they probably don't open each and every single one of these. They just get them in stock, put them in their warehouse, and then ship them out as you buy them, because that is very clearly not the guitar he was expecting. Now, that's not true for all of them. Sometimes you can get photos. But here's another cool olive drab Flying V that they sell within the Epiphone division. I believe that's exclusive to them as well. And he says that the serial number on the box matches the guitar, so as far as all that goes, this is a very interesting piece. So if it's truly a one-off or a prototype that's not going to be there, he just bought himself a 70s Flying V, which is a $2,000 value for $1,300. $700 off a brand new guitar model, that's a fantastic deal. But you have to remember, these things are still out of stock. They'll sell used for like up to $2,200. I mean, you can ask more, but it just depends on how impatient somebody is. But the fact that this one doesn't exist quite yet and is one of the first ones, I could see that selling on the used market between $25,000 and $3,000. People love factory era guitars, and this one just has a great, unique, interesting story to it. So we'll have to keep our eyes peeled to see if it ever makes it to Gibson's exclusives collection. It's either that or this is a new model for AMS and it just accidentally got miscategorized. Because again, they like to do colors like these. So Chris, congratulations, you won the lottery on that one. Now before you go trying to play the lottery like I wanted to as well, they're sold out right now, so you can't actually take that gamble. But I'm guessing that was like a one-off opportunity. So no, do not return that guitar. That's one you hold on to or sell off to a collector. But tonight, my friends, it is not just one potentially leaked new model, there is a second one. Now, I've known this has been coming for a while, but this is the first time I've seen one in the flesh. Well, in photos anyways. A new Tony Iommi Monkey SG. Now, you might be saying, hey, did you forget when you did the $20,000 a piece custom shop iteration video of the left-handed and the right-handed one together? No, I didn't, but this is a USA release instead of a custom shop. I finally found photos of this in the wild. So I don't think this is meant to be out. I'm recording this on a Monday night, so this may or may not age well. I'm guessing we might see these things get released on Tuesday because that is just when things get launched in the guitar world. It's always Tuesdays for some reason. But here is a first look at the USA version. So what I can see right away is it does not look like we have the birch pickups in here. That's kind of what made those other ones very special. But we at least have some sort of a P90 pickup with the chrome cover. So that's pretty cool, and we have the pickup rings around here. So that means we're missing the signature on the bottom right here, as you would find on the custom shop iteration. The pickguard's different as there's not as much space. You see what I'm talking about right here? I would say the USA one looks slightly more traditional. They still have that wrap tail piece that's intonatable, but you no longer have the option to convert it back to a stop bar, even though it would have taken some serious modifications to do it. And your tenon cover is a little bit different. But as a Gibson USA product, this is a very sculpted SG. It looks like they left the body just about the way it's supposed to be. Because take a look at this original collection SG. It does not quite have the same contours. This is one really good looking SG. Even the finish is like faded just the right amount. We've also got the witch hat knobs, but how can you call this a monkey SG if you don't have a monkey on it? I was flabbergasted at that decision. But thankfully, I went down here and read the description, and it is included, it's just in the case. I can guarantee you everybody's gonna slap that on there, right? Well, I guess maybe not if they're not Iommi fans, because that's what's nice about this, is it's just a really cool looking wrap tail SG with P90s. However, from this photo, I can't quite tell, did they lacquer the fretboard or not? I'm guessing they're not going to do that, because that's just going to be left alone for the custom shop. It also doesn't look like they went as far as putting the 0 fret on it. So that'll be some differences between the custom shop besides just the aging job. But you've got your strap buttons in the Iommi locations. And from this photo, it almost looks, are they going with a satin finish? Like, this looks glossy to me, but you swap it over to the back, doesn't that neck look satin? So we'll have to see how that comes out, but that wood grain's looking nice on this one. And it appears we get an Iommi decal on the back, kind of similar to what we would see on other signature guitars from like the mid-2010s. So you're probably curious, how much does this thing cost? A little less than a brand new 50s Les Paul Standard, so $2,399. Which for all intents and purposes, this is an SG special with just some fancy appointments to it and a Gibson mother of pearl logo. So they're only asking about a $900 premium. So we'll have to see how these things sell, because the other thing we don't know at this time is how limited of a production is this? Is it going to stay around for a long time, or is this a limited production of like 400 guitars? I don't have that answer at this time. But for a $900 premium, you get your strap button in a different location. I think just the body carve is kind of worth that alone because it looks so good. Including the Gibson mother of pearl logo, having the Iommi signature on the back definitely adds a premium to the value. This is definitely a lot more affordable than $20,000 to say the least, but I'm glad they spaced this out a couple of years. Well, I guess about a year and a half. It hasn't been quite that long since I made that video, but wow, that thing shot up in views. So I definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts about this. I think it's fairly priced and they're going to sell a whole bunch of these things. But it seems like that's just what they're going to do now. They're going to create limited editions that sell out at a custom shop level, and then about a year and a half later, they're going to release Gibson USA versions for everyone else. Because they're doing that with Adam Jones. Granted, they're going to change it up a little bit more. But we'll just have to see on these. Would you guys be interested in seeing me review the USA version? Unfortunately, I don't have the custom shop to compare it side by side, but we've got the old B-roll shots. But that's going to do it for tonight's episode. Thank you, Troglodytes, for tuning in today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will catch you tomorrow on the next episode. Take care.